Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Not good.
They are the world's greatest heroes. Zatanna, mistress of magic. John Jones, the shape-shifting Martian manhunter. Green Lantern, galactic law enforcement officer. Flash, the fastest man alive. Wonder Woman, Amazon princess of Themyscira. The Dark Knight detective, Batman. The Man of Steel, Superman. Together, they are the Justice League, the most powerful
Test
force
1
for
2.
good on this planet. They have never failed in their ongoing mission
Test 1 2.
to protect the people of Earth. Although, to be fair, they've never faced a threat as dire as this one.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. All right. Good gravy.
They are the world's greatest heroes. Zatanna, mistress of magic. John Jones, the shape-shifting Martian manhunter. Green Lantern, galactic law enforcement officer. Flash, the fastest man alive. Wonder Woman, Amazon princess of Themyscira. The Dark Knight detective, Batman. The Man of Steel, Superman. Together, they are the Justice League, the most powerful force for good on this planet. They have never failed in their ongoing mission to protect the people of Earth. Although, to be fair, they've never faced a threat as dire as this one. the world's greatest heroes. Zatanna, mistress of magic. John Jones, the shape-shifting Martian manhunter. Green Lantern, galactic law enforcement officer. Flash, the fastest man alive. Wonder Woman, Amazon princess of Themyscira. The Dark Knight detective. Batman.
Yeah, it's looking at that.
The Man of
I
Steel.
have no idea what this thing is looking at.
Superman. Together, they are the Justice League, the most powerful force for good on this planet. They have never failed in their ongoing mission to protect the people of Earth. Although, to be fair, they've never faced a threat as dire as this one.
Okay, so it's looking up there. I need it to look down here and over at me. Does that remote me in the right place? Not really. Now it's looking at Kyle up there a little bit. I need it to look. My hand, and I also need it to be back further. Oh! Should have known that was going to happen. Okay. Are you frozen? Okay. So if I'm going to be here,
They are the world's greatest heroes. Zatanna, mistress of magic. John Jones, the shape-shifting Martian manhunter. Green
but
Lantern,
it's still too
galactic
close.
law enforcement officer. Flash, the
Too
fastest
close,
man
huh?
alive. Wonder Woman, Amazon princess of Themyscira. The Dark Knight detective. Batman. The Man of Steel. Superman. Together, they are the Justice League, the most powerful force for good on this planet. They have never failed in their ongoing mission to protect the people of Earth. Although, to be fair, they've never faced a threat as dire as this one.
Alright, I have to do this differently. Get it seen. Much better. All right. Okay. This might have to be as good as it gets. Hey, hey! I'm trying to remember who Darkwing Ranger is. I can't remember the usernames, but I'll just call you Darkwing unless you want to share your name on here. And now that I am stinking up my room from exertion, and I think otherwise set to go. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
They are the world's greatest heroes. Zatanna, mistress of magic. John Jones, the shape-shifting Martian manhunter. Green Lantern, galactic law enforcement officer. Flash, the fastest man alive. Wonder Woman, Amazon princess of Themyscira. The Dark Knight detective, Batman. The Man of Steel, Superman. Together, they are the Justice League, the most powerful force for good on this planet. They have never failed in their ongoing mission to protect the people of Earth. Although, to be fair, they've never faced a threat as dire as this one.
Okay. Oh, hey, Rickster. All right. I think I'm a little better set up this time than last time. I've got my laptop over here next to my mic, and it's kind of within my peripheral vision. So hopefully I'll be able to more easily kind of look over now and then. Be nice if there was a way to, like, blow up the chat really big. It's kind of like on my screen. I'm on the twitch.tv channel, and so I'm the video feed is mostly what I'm seeing, and then I mean if you go to twitch.tv/Christian Geek Central, you'll see the same thing. It's kind of off to the side. I don't think there are any options to maximize that or something. Yeah. So, but it's better positioned this time than it was last time.
World's greatest heroes. Zatanna, mistress of magic. John Jones, the shape-shifting Martian manhunter. Green Lantern, galactic law enforcement officer. Flash, the fastest man alive. Wonder Woman, Amazon princess of Themyscira.
Oh, okay. Twitch iPad app.
Batman.
Interesting. Well, I'll be curious to know kind of how that works for you. All right.
Together,
well,
they are the Justice League, the most powerful force for good on this planet.
Since last time, I also bought. Let me get my headphones on here.
Mission to protect the people of Earth.
I also bought.
To be fair,
Actually, no, I didn't buy anything.
as dire as this
I'm gonna
one.
turn this down in my ears a bit. I was trying to look for like a lighting solution so that my face could be seen a little bit better. That's looking a little bit dark. That's a little better. I can maybe even scooch that a little bit closer. I've got a mountain of board games stacked on top of a pedestal. Very precarious. And on top of that, so I've got like Pathfinder, Thunderstone, 2 Descent expansions, and then Doom and the Doom expansion. And on top of that, I've got 2 of these. And these are camping lanterns that are fluorescent, rather than, I really didn't, because we never use these things, and, you know, batteries for them aren't terribly expensive, and they last a long time. And I didn't want to go out and, like, buy a fluorescent lighting unit, because, you know, I'm just not going to do this super duper often. So I'm kind of trying this out as a lighting solution to see if my face is a little bit more visible than last time. Oh, it looks like it's freezing up. What's going on here? Huh? Why that's freezing up. I saw the freeze before you did, because I was looking at my computer back here. Oh, okay. It should be unfreezing for you soon.
Greatest heroes. Zatanna.
All right.
Magic.
Well, I'm gonna
The
play me some Justice League Heroes. This is a PS2 game,
Green Lantern.
and
Galactic law enforcement officer. Flash. The fastest man alive.
I'm gonna try and get in the habit now and also during the 24-hour stream of stopping and restarting my recording
Dark Knight
that I'm making as I do this, so that it's more easy to edit the videos later if I want to chop them up and use them elsewhere. So I am already partway through this game. I've beaten the game several times. And your characters, you can keep advancing them, you know, kind of like a Diablo game. When you go back around to the beginning again, you can keep advancing them. Oh, come on. And taking him through higher and higher. And taking him through higher and higher levels of difficulty. Okay. So I'm gonna have somebody else. With me. Gosh, I don't know. This video solution, I'm not sure how well it's gonna work. Because my phone keeps kind of giving out on me. But so this is on the PS2. You can play this on Xbox. I've got it on Xbox as well, and it doesn't run as well on the original Xbox. It's got a lot of like stuttering and slowdown when there's lots of things going on, lots of different people, you know, lots of different characters on a screen at once. I mean, this one's not perfect either. You know, you can see as you're heading into new areas sometimes. Where is that guy? Oh, he's down on the ground. You can see those black boxes sometimes showing up.
The situation is improving.
This is made by the same people who made like a bunch of PS2 action RPGs, like Champions of Norath. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. I don't have enough superpowers. And what's nice is, you know, I like the way they handle this in an RPG, because none of your heroes start out like as crappy, you know, or not being able to do stuff. Yeah, I can't play as Green Lantern on this level. Here, not year. Can hear you just find the video of you freeze. Oh, so when it froze earlier, you could hear me. Okay. Oh, you said year, not... Okay, sorry. I'm catching up on your on your messages now. Sorry. No, you can't play as Green Lantern on this level, but in the later levels, I mean, they're... For the first, I want to say, like, the first half of the game, at least, you are forced. The pairing in each set of levels is forced. Like, you start out as Batman and Superman, and then you do Flash and Green Lantern, then you do Wonder Woman and Zatanna, and now I'm onto this, which is Superman and Martian Manhunter. Man, I'm really gonna suck when I try to talk at the same time. Oh, this is a boss fight I'm about to do. Okay, that's good timing. I have been playing this with my boys, and they're not really up for boss fights in this game most of the time. I guess I should just go find the boss. Is there gonna be some dialogue that's gonna start up? Activate. What is that? Oh, who's this guy? Oh man, he is gonna kill me big time. Am I even using the right buttons here? Okay, I remember. Yeah, okay, so X and circle. Jeez. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna make Martian Manhunter more aggressive. Because maybe that'll help a little bit. Because I am sucking it up big time. But yeah, in the later levels, eventually you can choose which teammates you want to play. And you can unlock teammates, you can unlock like Aquaman and Green Arrow and Hawkgirl. And you can unlock all these costumes of these characters. Oh crap, we just lost the video. I might have to beg my wife to let me use her netbook for the video. What in the world? Yeah. Because this thing, it just keeps conking out probably about once every, I want to say at least every 5 minutes or more. Okay. You're gonna let me... What in the world? Oh, there we go. Video. Connecting. I'm doing the same thing I did last time. Try again. Can you try again? No, no, answer. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, this seems to be a mess. If I try to do it this way. Mute that. Mute that. What? Alright. Well, I'm not going to troubleshoot the video anymore, I don't think. Because what this is saying to me is this is not a viable option, so you can still hear me. And I will see if, by any chance, my wife will make her netbook available. But that's asking a lot, because I'm going to be doing this for 24 hours, and she's going to be with the boys and trying to do whatever she can to survive and during that time. And I know she likes to have her netbook handy. Oh, you need to run away, Martian Manhunter. Okay, run, dude. Yeah, this guy's gonna kill me.
I don't have a lot left.
Am I dead? What just happened? Let's run for a little bit. Just fly around. Yeah, let him do that. Fly some more. Until we're back up to full health. Alright, yeah, it's a cheap way to win. There he is. Ooh, almost got him with the super punch.
The white Martians will conquer all.
What I'm doing, in case you're wondering about that video issue, is I'm signed in as Holly on Google Plus on my PC, and then on my phone, which I have set up on a little tripod, I am logged in as me. And then I'm calling Holly so that I can take video of myself and capture that video of me on my PC. Because for some reason, my capture software does not like it when I'm using my my camera from my Logitech webcam. Having that software running and this other stuff running at the same time keeps conking out on me. So the only option that seems to work is capturing video through Google that's created through Google Plus on in a web browser. But if my phone is not reliably staying connected for whatever to the chat, which it seemed to be last time, but it's not this time, then that's not going to be a viable option. So I'm really glad that I discovered that colossal failure now, so that I have now about a month to beg Holly or troubleshoot another solution of some kind.
We've stopped most of the White Martians, but a battle group escaped. They're on their way.
We've already spotted them on long-range scanners. We'll send a team.
All right, I'll skip this. Ugh, frickin' gorilla. This is the thing I hate about the DC universe. I hate talking animals. I don't think these guys are cool. I think they're ridiculous. I don't know why talking animals is so freaking popular in DC Comics. And I was thinking, does this bother me because, is there some kind of like antagonism inside of me toward the evolutionary model that's kind of rearing its ugly head, or do I not like the fact that people kind of elevate the value of animals to that of humans, and that seems to be an outworking of that. And I don't think there's really anything that sophisticated to my hatred of talking animals. I just think they're stupid. I just think they're silly. They're not cool. And this guy is a good guy. It's probably Solivar or something like that, one of the nice ape people in the DC universe. And then you got Gorilla Grodd. He's the bad ape guy in the DC universe. And, the only time I've ever enjoyed Gorilla Grodd is when Jeff Johns wrote him and made him freaking scary and very animalistic, So when you play up what they are, which is a wild animal, then it works for me. But if you just make a human and they're just kind of like intelligent or like this maniacal genius like Gorilla Grodd has been for many, many years, all I see is just a big monkey. It's just stupid. And to me, maybe mostly what I saw growing up was like silly monkeys, and so trying to take them seriously as villains, I think of them as like these silly animals. I don't know. Okay, so here now, this is the first I actually have a choice. I'm creating 2 teams now. And this is the first level now that I can actually choose who I'm going to be. It looks like Superman and Martian Manhunter are locked for me. I'm choosing 2 different teams here. So I kind of don't want to choose Batman because I play him a lot. But now this actually, it says Flash. This is not actually Jay Garrick. You can unlock different costumes and different characters. And you start out the game, like, you can get the Batman Beyond costume, but you're still just pasting it onto the regular Batman character whose skills you're developing over the course of the game. Likewise with the Jay Garrick costume for Flash, you're playing as like more of a Wally type. You can just tell by the voice act and the way they approach the writing of the character that he's supposed to be Wally, even though they never say that. And you get the Jay Garrick costume that you can paste on there. And it's cool because these costumes, they actually modify a little bit the strengths and weaknesses of the character. Like the Jay Garrick Flash costume, I think it maybe reduces your damage output a little bit, but it increases the experience that you gain. So I have that costume equipped right now. You've got Zatanna here. I really don't like this costume. I've got it equipped because it increases her magic energy, so she can cast spells and stuff more often. Likewise here with this costume for Green Lantern. This is like the classic John Stewart Green Lantern, and John Stewart is the Green Lantern that you use in this game, unless you unlock another one. Like one of those, like to the right of Zatanna here is, I think, Kyle Rayner, and below these two, I can't actually cursor over them right now, but below those two is Hal Jordan. To Hal Jordan's right is Green Arrow. Then down here you've got Aquaman, whom I've unlocked. Then to his right you've got Hawk Girl, and to her right you have Huntress. And so I've played through this game multiple times. I've unlocked all these characters, and then I sold the game a long time ago. And I was never able to beat it on the highest difficulty. And then I played it on Xbox, because you could have a more high-def experience, and I didn't have working composite cables for my PS2. Then later on I did get a solution for working composite cables, and I didn't like the slowdown on the Xbox, so I repurchased it on the PS2, but I didn't have my old game saves, so I'm starting from scratch. But now I figured out a strategy, I think, for ultimately building my guys so that they will be ready to take on that highest level of difficulty. Since we're doing this, let's do some Green Lantern, and let's do some Aquaman. That's kind of an interesting mix. Okay, we'll say that team is done. Team 2, well, let's do Batman. I mean, he's a fan favorite, and then the Flash, I think, and we'll call that done. Oh, I'm an idiot. Here I'm doing this live stream. I should have let you pick. Good gravy. Sorry. I hope you didn't want Zatanna. All right. Pull this. Close that down. Minimize that. Okay. Now, something that's a bit of a bummer is that I am using these composite cables now that for the longest time I couldn't get them to really... Oh, jeez, they are kicking the crap out of me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna get my butt handed to me? Okay, hang on. Alright. I probably need to use some boosts now or something. Jeez. He did not feel this weak the last time I played him on a level. Okay, so... Oh, that's what's doing it. I think I've got this one equipped right now. Yeah. Crap, see? He's got energy recovery plus 8%, health minus 5%, and that is certainly hurting him right now. So I have deselected that costume, so now it will not be on the next map. So it'll be his default. Health plus 10%, energy minus 5%. I don't really want to do that one. I like that look. It's a nice costume. The Green Lantern costumes, though, they're not hugely different from each other. Whereas, like the Batman costumes that you can get, the Superman costumes that you can get are pretty significantly different. And Flash especially. You got Walter West, if you're an old Flash fan of the Mark Waid run pre-New 52. Superman, his black recovery suit from after he came back to life after Doomsday killed him. Martian Manhunter has some really nice variants too. Anyway, I'm gonna get my butt handed to me. I wonder if I die and lose this level, if it will let me restart it with the new costume. We might find out. Okay. Crap. Okay. I gotta fly and dodge for a little bit. This is a terrible costume selection. Alright, what do I got here? Okay, finally. And these little green balls are the experience orbs you gotta pick up. Oh, dang, there's a dude right there. I like that. That's the grinder. That's the most powerful offensive attack that I have. So just to give you kind of a rundown, if you're curious about kind of what you can do, the the L1 button brings up your power menu, you know, then you select the button you're going to use. So there's the grinders. Then you can trap an enemy in a cube. Oh wait, was that my force field? No, that traps bad guys in a cube. And then Oh yeah, the R1 that's blank right now is like a force field I can put around me. X is your basic energy blast. And then circle is this hammer that does damage and stuns bad guys. That's kind of cool looking. Oh yeah, what I was going to mention before is that the aspect ratio is 4:3 in what I'm playing, and when it goes through my capture device, my capture device is designed for high def, and so for some reason it forces the signal to switch over to like a 16:9 or like a widescreen format. And when the image gets stretched out, the graphics fidelity really takes a dive, and it bugs the crap out of me. So I apologize that you're not. I wish you could see the nice clear fidelity that I have on the TV I'm playing this on, but you're kind of forced to watch it in a really subpar kind of experience. But hopefully it's not too bad. Just watch it in a smaller window. It'll look better. Let me switch now, because on the fly I can switch to the other guy. And this is a co-op game, so if I plug in a second controller, I can have a second player. But I just discovered this afternoon that my PS2 controller is kind of shorting out, so I'm going to take it apart between now and the 25th. See if I can get that fixed. If not, I'll try to get another one if they're not too expensive. I think they're about $5 plus shipping online for a used one. Ooh, what was that? Okay, so Water Blast, Water Tornado, and then some other attack that I gotta recharge for. Come back here, Green Lantern, don't go away. And let's see, what's this? Okay. Now see, what's interesting is, oh, okay, this is like, if you look closer here, you see he's got this blue hand. This game was made around the time that they were putting Arthur on land more, Aquaman on land more, and they gave him this hand made of water, so that he had these kind of, you know, somewhat water-based powers. He couldn't do, well, he could form it into like blades and stuff, you know, and that was, in my mind, close to what Aquaman should be. I think he should have water-based powers, not just that he does well in water and can command fish. I think with Jeff Johns, we've seen that you can write that well and make it cool. But I want him to like be god of water, like to have complete control over water. All right, I gotta block. Oh, I'm dead! No, I'm not dead. Aquaman's dead. I gotta get back to a save point. Right here. Oh, that's kind of cool. See, everybody, what's nice about blocking this game is that you don't regenerate health while you're blocking. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, but I just came right back to life because you respawn at save points. But everybody has a unique block animation. And for these guys, let's go this way. Arthur. For these guys, it kind of, well, they always try to incorporate their power when they create a block animation for these guys. So it's not just them, like, you know, holding up their dukes or whatever. It's them using their powers, which is kind of cool. Martian Manhunter goes intangible when he blocks. And just the very basic block, really, at least on these earlier difficulties... Ah, come on. There he is. Oh! Man, I'm gonna get killed. Let's see, can I make you be more aggressive? Go get him. Yeah, level up, baby! Okay, so I need to seriously prioritize health right now, because that's where I'm getting slammed.
Beware my power.
That's right, beware my power. Oh, I can level up Arthur, too, I think. Let's see here. There we go. Oh man, 6 points. He's got lots of catching up to do because I just unlocked him. And I'm like maybe halfway through the game right now. So let's see here. Water blade, that sounds cool. Forms his hand into a watery blade as dense as steel. Shaping 1440 damage per second. I mean, yeah, that is a pretty powerful attack, but I kind of want to maybe boost his ranged water blast a bit. And I feel like he should be good with health and combat. Maybe I'll boost his... well, what does this do? Sends out a spinning whirlpool. Okay. Creating whirlpools from the water of his liquid left hand, Aquaman sends these watery vortexes spinning across dry land. Enemies are incapacitated as they are crushed in the whirlpool's wet confines. So damage, 79 per second. Whirlpool speed, 300. I wonder what that means. Capture time, 3 seconds. Energy cost, 56 seconds. So it doesn't stun them or anything. Oh wait, capture time. Incapacitate. So okay, so they're probably incapacitated for 3 seconds. So that's useful if I'm just needing to get people off my butt for a little bit. And that's just mostly, it looks like a pure damage. There is a chance of stun. I kind of like having that ranged option, so I'll boost that. Got one more point. Let's put it into energy, so I don't run out of superpowers too fast. But what I like about this game is you don't start out like with no powers. That's what I was going to get at much earlier. As an RPG, you would hate to play a superhero RPG where like Superman can't fly or use heat vision until halfway through the game. And so what they do is they start you out with kind of a sampling of all the basic powers you would expect from these characters, and then allow you to refine those powers and increase them as the game progresses. So if you want, you can play Superman as like a more of a ranged type character, or if you want, and build him up that way. Or if you want, you can build him up as just kind of like a tank, you know. So that was, I thought, a really great way to go about doing it, so that right out of the gate, you know, Superman can fly, Batman can throw batarangs and glide around, you know, and so this was just a really well done game, and I wish it would have been more successful and warranted a sequel, because I thought there was so much potential here. And they just they're not making these kind of action RPGs really on well, for the entire 360, the 360 PS3 generation, they weren't making games like this, which I thought was a real bummer. They did the fantasy variety. I mean, they had some you know, like traditional medieval. Ah, crap! Just knocked me out of the sky. But certainly not. Well, I guess you had in the 360 generation, you had the Marvel one. But you know, I've played I own the Marvel action RPG. Can't remember what it's called. I've got it up here somewhere. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And I don't think it's as good of a game. And I don't think that's just my DC bias talking. What I don't like to do is play with Green Lantern as like a melee guy, like just punching him, just like frickin' that's beneath him. He's got the most powerful weapon in the universe on his finger. Okay, so I've trapped him maybe. Go at it, Arthur. Oh, so that other guy was rescuing him or something. Some of these apes you're rescuing, some of them you're not. Not sure how it all works. Are you good? No, you're not good. And, you know, you see those little JLA logos. See, I don't want to be punching with him, but when I'm talking, it's easier to just punch and stuff than remember what buttons do what. But these things are the points you use to unlock stuff, to unlock costumes and little extras. They don't help upgrade your characters and the capability of your characters. Oh, that's a dude back there. It's a bad monkey man. Grind! I imagine one of the reasons that they don't allow you to choose your characters, I would love to find, I still have a code breaker for cheating in games. I would love to find a code that would allow you to select whatever heroes you want for every level in the game, instead of having to wait for these levels in the back half.
But I imagine the reason they do that is because not everybody can fly, and maybe there are some levels that kind of requires, like Aquaman can't fly. He can do like kind of a double jump. You know, he gets a little extra. I guess that does allow him to get up there. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, that was cool. Cool and watery. Yeah, I've switched over to being Arthur now, if you couldn't tell. At the top of the screen, whichever hero guy is glowing, that's the one that I'm controlling. I think I've cleared the whole map. I want to be careful of that, because I'm trying to get all the shields that I can to be able to unlock everything that I want to unlock. Alright. I think I might test the delay in a second here. I tried experimenting with the mic settings in my streaming capturing software combination that I got going on. But I don't keep the volume on as I'm watching the feed myself. I don't keep the volume on. A second here. Alright. Punch! 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 Alright. So now I gotta wait a few seconds to listen to what the delay looks like. But I don't keep the volume on as I'm watching the feed myself. I don't keep the volume on. Alright. Punch! 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 Alright. Now I gotta wait a few seconds. That's not great, but it's not terrible. I was kind of getting some... it's hard to tell. Because the feed was getting a little choppy right when I was doing that test. Okay, let's test it again. Here we go. And punch, punch, punch. Okay, bear with me. That's not great, but it's not terrible. I was kind of getting some... It's hard to tell. Because the feed was getting a little choppy right when I was doing that test. Okay, let's test it again. Here we go. And punch, punch, punch. Alright, so it's about a 1 second delay instead of the 2 seconds that it was before. I might be able to adjust that further. Yeah. I'll do a little test without you guys watching. Let me turn this off so you don't have to hear the echo. Oh, I'm supposed to destroy these things, I think. But I'm wondering, that's a little bit improved, I think, from the last stream, so I'm wondering if, between now and the 25th, I can do a little test on my own and figure out the settings to get that synced up a little better. Okay. One at a time, Paeter. Come on, focus, focus. Basic strategy, basic tactics here. Those little green things are my experience, and they disappear if you leave them alone for too long, so you gotta get close to them. Oh yeah, so I gotta kill the turbines. This game came out during, I think, possibly my, what I would consider kind of the glory days for me personally as a DC fan, in terms of what was going on in the comics. I just felt like most of these books were just firing on all cylinders. They hadn't figured out Aquaman. And that was more the writing than the concept, because I like the water hand concept. I thought it was a step in the right direction, but the writing just wasn't working for me. They were going for this Arthurian legend kind of thing, playing up the fact that his name was Arthur and that he was a king and stuff, and so I don't know. And it was weird. They were just... I like him better. Like, I like the animated series version of him, which is actually not... That's, you know, that's the Grant Morrison JLA version of him, where he's like this, you know, Conan-looking guy with a harpoon hand, you know. I would like that Aquaman with water powers would be like a pretty rockin' Aquaman in my opinion. Oh, I haven't used my hammer much. I could go back to my hammer. That stuns them. That might get them off my back a little bit. What's up, guys? Well, I stunned that guy. Stupid monkeys.
You want some? Come get some.
For Grodd. Boom! Yeah! Oh, that didn't last long. I guess I gotta act fast. Oh, jeez.
My rate's charge is almost used up.
Ah! Okay, go get him, Arthur. Go get him. Arthur, go get him. Be aggressive. Aggressive. A-G-G-R-A. How do you spell aggressive?
Stay clear.
Oh, I'm dead. I was too busy spelling. Oh my gosh, Arthur. Yeah, I know. Okay, focus. Combos. Yeah! Alright. What just happened? No. I don't want that. Health 1. And, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna do that water bolt again. Well, let me do energy so I don't run out of water bolt. I think I'd like to kind of play him as like a ranged water shooting guy. What I would love in Aquaman is for him to be like able to like suck the water out of people's bodies. I mean, can you imagine if he was like Magneto over water? And you think about just on like on a structural level, how much everything has water as a part of it. Human body for starters. But he could even take on Superman, because you gotta know that Superman's got water in his body, you know? And if Aquaman could just like throw around water, you know, I mean, he could even be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to Superman. I mean, there's so many cool things you could do if you just have a storyline that has him unlocking some ancient heritage granted to the kings of Atlantis in time of need, granting them power over water. DC, I just did your job for you. No one will ever laugh at Aquaman again if you give him freaking power, Magneto power over water. I used to run a DC Heroes paper and pencil RPG, and in my DC universe, Aquaman was Magneto over water. He was awesome. Unlike Green Lantern right now, who I gotta go revive by finding a save point. Alright. Yeah. Oh, dang! Okay, oh, wrong button. Boom! Nice. Nice. Alright, let's fly. I want to fly. Alright. I am not going to play this for much longer. I'm going to change it up. In fact, let me just hit this save point one more time, and then I'll quit. Oh, you know what? Let me destroy this turbine, since that's one of my quest goals. Alright. Thank you, Arthur, for bringing that to my attention. Since you're in aggressive mode. See, I can change the AI. Right now it's in kind of this defensive, passive type mode. Neutral's a little bit more, I don't know, neutral. Alright. Auto-saving, auto-saving. Alright. Let's fire up something else. Oh, I know what I want to fire up. Let's do some Shadow Hearts. That's what I was trying to do last time I did this stream, and it all went crappy on me. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Well, I guess I can turn these camping lanterns off. Well, if the video thing doesn't pan out, that will at least be a relief to the people that are going to be taking shifts with me. I've got some local friends, and it's actually mostly going to be guys from the College 20s ministry that Holly and I are involved in. Probably. There's just a couple of them so far that have said they'll definitely take a shift. But I'm asking people that want to help me out as one option to take a shift with me and basically sit down with me for a couple hours. That's 2 hours as a shift. And help me stay awake. Hey, Rickster, would you mind, if you're still there, just typing a little something in the chat? I just want to make sure the chat is still working. Okay, if you're there. It's okay if you want to be quiet. Just want to technical troubleshooting. Make sure everything's working. Firing on all cylinders. I do hope this video thing works out, though, so that you can watch me eat cookies. Otherwise, you just have to listen to me eating cookies. Man, to my mind, the PS2 is like the ultimate console right now, in my mind. Just in terms of longevity, in terms of the games library that came out with the PS2. The amount of gaming I'm getting out of this console is nuts. Here I am, I own a PS4, and I'm going back by choice because I want to for fun, and still playing PS2 games. Now I have to open this thing up and monkey with it and, you know, get the laser set right, because a number of years ago it started having trouble reading discs, and I found some tutorial troubleshooting type stuff online that taught me how to open it up and make some adjustments to the laser. And so every once in a while I just adjust the laser again, and then we're good to go and off to the races. You know, since I'm not using my phone as a camera anymore, I should check and see if I've gotten any text from anybody. Nope. Rickster, I'm not sure if you have my phone number or not, but, you know, if there's anything wrong with the chat, you're welcome to text me. If you were out a couple minutes ago, I asked if you or somebody else, if somebody else is lurking in the chat room, if you just want to like type a little something in the chat for the channel, so I know that it's working, that would be cool. All right. Shadow Hearts. Oh, that's right. Stop recording and start recording. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see here. I'm gonna ditch that. There we go. Okay. Now the Shadow Hearts games, I mean, oh my gosh. These are... The first two in this series, it's a trilogy. These are just some great games. Thank you. Fionel. Fionel. Boy, I wish I knew how to pronounce that. Fionel. Does that mean something? Well, thank you, Fionel, and I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Oh! Don't worry, the video's not working. So you will not be on video. My wife Holly is coming in to deliver my dinner, and it's meatloaf! Thank you very much.
Here it comes.
So I'll let you watch this little gameplay demo for a moment while I get a few bites. Oh! Pronunciation guide. Fayanel. Oh, it's Elvish. Cool. Wow. Do you happen to know what it's Elvish for? Or is it just a Elvish name of like a Tolkien character, maybe? I love how that sounds, Fayanel. I'm assuming the emphasis is on the first syllable, Fayanel. All right, just a few bites, then I'll get back into it. I'm thinking at some point I might do a retro video review of this game, or the first 2 games in this series. If you watch the intro for the video show that I've started on Christian Geek Central called I Like Games, there's like a slew of video game, clips, all firing by in super speed, and Shadow Hearts 1 is one of the games being shown there. These are turn-based RPGs. And before this point, if you're a turn-based RPG fan, they, there was no, like, time element or reflexes element in turn-based RPGs. They slowly were starting to get introduced in, like, the Final Fantasy games. At least a real-time aspect. That you could slow down by just opening up a spell selection menu in the middle of combat, and like the little active time bars would stop filling up while you're doing that, depending on what mode you had it set on. And this isn't a real-time game, but you'll see when I get into the combat here what it does to kind of keep you engaged as a player, instead of just kind of checking out and selecting predictable actions over and over and over again, Sergeant Robert, the old veteran. Careful, Lieutenant, something's up. The village seems even stronger than before. Stranger! Oh man, can you imagine when I'm doing this at like 4:30 in the morning? I think that's going to be the best time to tune in for that 24-hour live stream. Alright. Well, you also can't see me picking beans out of my teeth without the video on. Maybe I should just skip the video. No. I will try to get that working. Maybe that demon called in his boys. Thanks for the warning, Sergeant. Oh, the voice acting in this is pretty bad. I'm glad we're not hearing any right now. The cutscenes, they force it on you. You men wait here. The lieutenant and I will go inside. This is pretty close to the beginning of the game. I can't remember in the load screen how far in it said I was. It is Tolkien Elvish for Star Spirit. It's a little dorky, but I like it. Yes, that is how I pronounce it. I don't think it's dorky. I think it's cool. Fayanel. Love it.
He has a cup.
So yeah, these early PS2 games. I remember I was really excited. I got printed in the PlayStation magazine. My email got printed. Wait a minute. I fought this fight before. Haven't I? Oh no, maybe I haven't. I don't think I have. Getting all sidetracked. That's the noise. And early on in voice acting in games, they wouldn't let you freaking turn it off, and I got printed in PSM magazine for complaining about that, basically. I said, hey, guys, if you want to do something to improve your games, turn off give me the option to turn off your voice acting. That includes you, Final Fantasy X. There it is again. I don't know why they do that. What sane... That's got to be the people coaching those voice actors. I'm going to give the voice actors the benefit of the doubt that they were rushed into going, oh, even though they have to know as a sane and reasonable person, no one makes that noise for any reason in a conversation like this. That's like when you cut yourself, you make a noise like that. Even that, it's, I don't know. I guess when I cut myself, I don't go, oh. So here we got the tried and true formula of, let's bring in the guy from the organized religious, you know, hierarchy. Nikolai wearing a cross around his neck, and of course he turns out to be the bad guy. This takes place in an alternate version, an alternate history, post-World War I want to say. Or maybe during, or just before? I can't remember now. I think during, maybe.
Relax.
Well, welcome back, Rickster. This is Shadow Hearts 2. I meant to show the Shadow Hearts games last time we did this, and my PS2 pooped out on me. I'm wondering if I'll ultimately say that I like the first one better than the second one, because the first one doesn't have as much voice acting. And I really don't like voice acting that isn't great. This voice acting is not great. It's not the worst I've heard, but it is not pleasing to the ear, to my ear anyway.
Tried to lay waste to the world. But before I could, a man with the power of a demon defeated that traitor, and the god he had brought down from heaven with him. Yes, it was you who did it.
Oh, you know what? I've played this before. This is all familiar to me. I think this must not be the most recent save I have for this game.
The man who stole my prey from me. But before you grow into a problem,
ow!
Traitor Albert Simon.
Hot potato.
I'll root you out like the weed you are. Who are you guys?
I'm eating baked potatoes and meatloaf for dinner.
We alone possess the light of new hope to guide us through the 20th century.
See, there's that, we alone possess the new light, the knowledge, we alone. Very much strikes me as a, kind of a knee-jerk reaction to the concept of absolute truth, you know? And that's not to say that there aren't some arrogant voices and jerks in Christendom, whether you're coming from the, Protestant or Catholic sector.
God's grace by the power of the holy
but
Nikolai.
you see, it's not just the arrogance that they're villainizing, it's the concept of someone having the truth, you know,
it doesn't matter.
and holding to the exclusivity of truth claims. Like this is what I'm claiming here is the truth, and whatever contradicts it is not true, you know. That idea is subtly being, I think, villainized in characters like this. Oh, yes, that's right, they have this voice for the little girl, which is obviously a grown woman doing a little girl voice. I freaking hate that. I hate that. I just want good child actors. I know, I'm asking a lot. And at this time, that was asking a lot in the video game world. But now, we see, you know, in, like, Bethesda games, you can tell they're hiring child actors to do these parts. And in other games, I think even Fable had some child actors, you know, that were good. They were able to do perfectly what they were being asked to do, you know? And it works so much better than this weirdness. Oh, here's a good line. What is this? I'm guessing they only had time for the one take in the recording studio. I have to believe that actor would want to make a different choice. Alright, I'm gonna skip. Did we actually do any combat at all? Can I skip this? Oh, good, I can. Skip movie. Alright. And skip movie again. I just want to show you guys some combat, how the game basically works. Alright. Oh, jeez. Can I just load a different save? There's got to be a... Okay, so that's 44 minutes in. 32, 26... 58... What in the world? I thought for sure I went further than that. Did I really not go any further than that? Alright, let me try something. Yes, go back without loading. Alright, I'm going to try and see if it's on my other memory card here. Ugh. Oh, nope. Okay, so I must have not saved like I thought I did last time. After all this stuff happened. Excuse me. Well, I probably won't save this time because I can't make good gameplay decisions while I'm live streaming. Alright, so I think there was some talk about, like, things I needed to learn to equip, and let's just do recommended. Recommended, there we go. Recommended. Fine. Ring customization. Does everybody have stuff equipped that... Oh, I thought they... Alright. I thought there was something else I was supposed to be remembering. Oh, I guess I better talk to him. This is probably where he's going to tell me about how to equip glyphs or whatever the crap it is. That's some good meatloaf! Very tasty. Alright, better be prepared. Oh, and I should give you this. Oh, crests. Crests. Focalore crest. That one's especially good at removing tartar. And focalores. Andras. Furfur. That crest has magical power. Anybody can use magic if they have that. All they have to do is equip it. What do you think? Pretty spiffy, eh? What the crap, old man? What's the matter? Thanks, but, no thanks. I don't need magic like this. I can do my fusions, because I'm awesome that way. You sure? It's a pretty handy thing to have. Oh, is he crying? Is that what that means? Hey, wait a minute! Don't tell me it's because you can't remember spells! I'm blanking right now. Well, never mind. Blanca and I will use it then. Arf. Oh, excuse me. Aru. You understand what we're saying? Aru! Did I not say Aru? Well, what do you know? Now, what does that face mean? That's like a... Is he crying? Is he shocked? Is he... That's like a little typing emoticon before they were typing emoticons. Or really early in their development, perhaps. Crests and crest magic. You can equip characters with the crests you've gotten by going to Crest Change on the command menu. They'll then be able to use the crest magic that's sealed within each equipped crest. Yuri cannot equip crests. But gee, I don't know, maybe it's because of that curse, but there's been something strange about you. Aru, Aru! There's a Spartan race called Aru? Alright, let's see. Alright, so I guess I should, like, equip Crest Change. Let's just do recommended. Recommended. Nobody else. Okay. Alright, the crests are not part of Shadow Hearts 1. Ready to go? Yeah. Oh, there's my, okay. You know, I'll go ahead and save. All right. First game also doesn't have any 3D environments in it. You can't control the camera in this game, but there's 3D environments you move through. What's the matter? Something seems strange. Grr! Uh-oh! Be careful, everybody! Here come some monsters! Alright. So, instead of like a real-time battle system, what you got going on here is you've got these, you've got this, what is it called? The Judgment Ring that shows up. And I'll just show you how it works. So, I'm not going to use Crest Magic, I'll just do a standard attack. And select this Death Snail, I suppose. And then I gotta go kapat, kapat! Oh, I missed the second one. So he's gonna hit him once, but not 2 times, because I missed the second one. Then Yuri is gonna take a crack at it. Oh, I gotta make sure my TV has the game mode off. Oh good, game mode is on. With these old PS2 games on new high-def TVs, you often have to switch to game mode, otherwise there'll be a slight delay that can screw you up in games like this where timing is pretty critical. Well, it's just nice without a camera. I can just let... I've got like a little smudge of butter on my face. That I'm totally not going to wipe off. Not now, anyway. Alright, take a crack at this guy. Boom, boom, boom. And those little red areas, you know, as you might imagine, if you hit inside of those, you do more damage. You do like, it's kind of like a critical hit, I suppose. Oh, that's right, Geppetto. He's got these, like, creepy... He's like a ventriloquist, this guy. And so he uses these puppets to fight. The first game is really dark and serious most of the time. It has a few quirky moments, but it's mostly serious. This game is dark, but it's dark in almost like a... I don't want to say in a Tim Burton way, but dark in the sense that, like, it's dark, but it also has these kind of weird, goofy things going on in it, too. Which, you know, it's comes from traditions of Japanese anime, I suppose. So Marionette, let's see here. Let's try some magic here. Dark class special, circular. So it shows you, okay, so I can't quite get both enemies in that attack, so also not going to be able to do both. Air. Let's try heat, fire. See what a basic fire spell looks like in this game. Green is a prerequisite. If you don't hit green in that spell, then the rest of it won't work. And then the second one determines how powerful it actually is. So it's, you know, it's still turn-based, but there's that, every time you're selecting an action, you determine whether the action will fail or not based on whether or not you hit those strike zones. And you can make the action more effective if you get right inside those little critical areas of the strike zone. And so it's, it just kind of keeps you engaged. And I think it hit me at just the right time for me to be ready for that kind of change in my gameplay, because for the longest time I was scared of anything requiring hand-eye coordination because I suck at it. And at first I was nervous in the first Shadow Hearts that I wouldn't like the game because of that element, but man, I just ended up loving it. It was my first step toward moving into more action-oriented RPGs. Let's try some Crest Magic. What has he got? Raise up? Oh, that's just a heal thing. Never mind. There's these things you can do to team up with your buddies to Like, try to knock him up in the air and, like, team up your attacks and have one guy knock him up in the air, but I can't remember exactly how to do it. Oh, combo. Okay, so I have to move close to an ally first to get into combo mode. Let me try that. Because that's the combo system's new to Shadow Hearts 2. Shadow Hearts Covenant, sorry, this one is called. So I'm going to team up with Yuri. Get into range with him. And then after moving, do nothing and await the next turn. After moving, stay and resist defense until next turn. Sure, I'll do that. So now they're teamed up. So I'll just have him do a standard attack right now. Oh crap! I forgot all about that. That's a new thing for Shadow Hearts 2. Oh, I never got a chance to do a combo. Yeah, I gotta hit that circle button, or whatever button they show me, to make something great happen. I don't know. Can't remember. It's been a while since I played this. But so anyway, that's the basic thing. And when you're playing this game, whether you're like in combat or even doing things like shopping for items or trying to break open locked doors that you don't have a key for, you know, that judgment ring will show up and you'll have some kind of a unique judgment ring challenge. Sometimes the ring will move super fast. Or sometimes it will move at irregular speeds and change the speed at which it rotates around the judgment ring, you know, and so it's a neat little gimmick. There's a third game in the series called Shadow Hearts From the New World, I think, and I played about 2/3 of it and quit. It just went full bore goofy, and I really didn't like it. And it also had some elements that relied, I think, too heavily on the hand-eye coordination stuff, and I didn't, because of the rest of the game's problems, as far as I'm concerned, my tastes are concerned, it wasn't worth finishing for me. It seems that holy mistletoe curse had a bigger influence on you than we thought, Yuri. Influence? Yeah, it's a curse that works on your mind and spirit. I bet you can't do fusions anymore, right? I'll just insert that for him. Your soul has become unstable, and it's emitting waves that draw the monsters. You mean they might be able to kill me while I'm like this? That's about the size of it. The malice that fills the world and the malice that's trapped in your soul are both growing and creating hatred. What can I do about it? I don't know. The only thing we can do right now is concentrate on staying alive. Okay. Oh, bad weird Foot Clan guys. You won't get away. All right. Well, let's walk around a bit. Wait for a random encounter. Oh, let's see, let's get caught up here. Aru is the chant people yell at the Spartan race. Oh, I had no idea. I wonder what it means. Treasure chest. Mana leaves are your basic healing potions. Alright. See, he doesn't have any of his, what do you call it, his fusions this early in the game. That's a little disappointing. I miss not having my fusions. Fusions are like these monsters that Yuri can turn into. And he collects them over the course of both games. He loses them all, of course. Some contrived plot device at the beginning of this game. He has to get them all back. Which I think is a little bit lame. But I will. Oh, cool. Okay, so I can move the camera around to check out the enemy designs a little bit. I'm not sure I even knew that the entire first time I played this game. The enemy designs in these games are fairly interesting. Maybe more so in the first game because they're a little bit more like, I want to say, Lovecraftian, Lovecraft-inspired. There's just some monsters that you're just like, what the crap am I looking at? That is just jacked up, you know? Like weird, like, upside-down people with, like, baby heads growing out of their stomachs, you know what I mean? Weird crap. Which is kind of my thing. I like it. The designs are not maybe quite as weird in this one, not as dark and twisted. Let's try some... Oh, no, one. Let's try Earthcast, see what that does. They're a little bit more on the whimsical side. Also, the little, like, damage notifications that show up in combat, they look a little bit more, I don't know, fun? I should fire up the original Shadowhearts, see if you guys can notice a difference. Just seeing them back to back. Maybe do one more fight in this game. Was I just here? Oh no, it's a new place. Ooh, I got a battery. That looks like a key item. Oh, I had a little key icon next to it, so I'm definitely sure that it's a key item. Alright, we'll do this fight and then I'll switch to the first Shadowhearts. I just wanted to give this one priority, I guess, because the other Shadowhearts, I think my game save is really close to the end of the game. So really neither one of these I'm able to give you a glimpse of like what it's like when you're in the meat of the game. This one you're seeing the very beginning, the other one I'll show you will be at the very end. I don't know. Oh, let me see if I can pull off one of those combos. Alright, combo. And then I'll just have other people rest until I kind of get teamed up with them. So I'll combo with Yuri, I'll resist, and then I'll have him defend. Block, I guess. And then I'll have him defend again, block. Alright, so let me see if I can do this combo thing now. So if I remember, I'm gonna try and knock him up into the air. Maybe this one. I got the combo trial that time. Okay, so now he's been knocked up into the air, so now Yuri's gonna take over the second half of the attack and, you know, kind of continue where that one left off. I guess I'll try a hard hit. I don't know. I was never good at figuring out the combo thing. Every once in a while I get some spectacular looking combos where like one guy would kick him up the air and the other guy would like slam him down to the ground and it looks kind of cool. I don't think that one was really taking advantage of the combo system at all. Oh, I'm all out of magic or something, huh? Really? He's like my main spellcaster. He's already out of magic? Lame. Okay, standard attack. One hit. See that little dance and curtsy? I mean, it's all kind of dumb. Stupid! It's like talking monkeys. well, there's that. What a waste of time. That's right. When it comes to talking monkeys and a ruse and combos that don't work and curtsy kung fu. Do still like that game though, but I do suspect that I'm this second time through, just now having played a number of other games after those that are darker and more serious and stuff, that I'm guessing that Shadow Hearts Covenant is not going to play as well the second time through now as it plays in my memory. Alright, I'm going to eat a little bit while this loads. I've got kind of a few games on the agenda that I want to be sure to hit to kind of test. Like after this one, I do want to do a little bit of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, just because that's a game that I'm playing now and I'm enjoying. And maybe one you haven't seen much of that you might find interesting. Especially since the Shin Megami Tensei series is kind of getting a resurgence in popularity. The Persona games are Shin Megami Tensei games, and there's a new Persona, like Persona 4 or 5, that's coming out for PS4 not too long from now, I think. So that series is really doing well. It's been doing well on the Sony platforms. Hasn't really been seen at all on the Xbox platforms, I don't think. I've got one of them on my DS now that I'm enjoying. So I want to show you one of those. And then after that, I want to jump to some kind of PS1 game to see if my laser settings are going to be good for both PS2 and PS1 games. The reader reads them just a little bit differently. But maybe for the marathon, I can put like my library of games up in advance and let people either beforehand or during the live stream of the marathon choose what games I play. Maybe I could do... I think I saw... Yeah, I saw on Rev 3 Games Marathon of Extra Life a year or two ago that they, if they reach certain dollar amounts in their goals, that people would play games that they hated. I don't know, maybe I'll do something like that, but it wouldn't require significant dollar amounts at all. I'm pretty much game to just show you guys how terrible I am at games that I'm terrible at. Alright. Shadow Hearts. I just picked this up again and played it over the course of... I think I played it from beginning to end over the course of about a month. Let's see how much time I put in here. Okay, so 43 hours. 43 hours. That's pretty beefy. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't bad. Oh, but that's my clear data. Oh, let's see here. So I don't want to use my clear data. I'll use this. This is the last save. And then I can show you all my... well, actually, I could have shown you all my fusions. No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. When you reload your game after, saving... clear game data, you keep all of your fusions, all the monsters that you can turn into, and you keep all those, but you don't necessarily have, like, essentially the magic power to, because if you only have, like, 5 MP, and your reserves grow over the course of the game, you're not going to be able to turn into your most powerful fusion forms at the very beginning. So right, if I were to walk this way, that's the final boss fight that way. Maybe I'll just first go this way and do some basic combat. Might be able to see some of the weirder, more interesting monsters. I'm in this weird final castle where, like, there are these strange warps that are invisible until you step and run into them, and then they take you to these seemingly random parts of the map. Ugh, I really do love this game. Hey! Okay, careful where you walk. I've got my son in here. Looks like you come to say night-night? Okay, hang on just a second.
Why do you got these games? Why do you got these games out?
I'm playing some games and some friends are watching me play my games.
Friends are watching you playing games. But where's Dungeon?
Dungeon is up there on the bookshelf.
On the bookshelf?
Yep.
I can't see it.
Yeah, it's right there. See where Mommy's pointing?
Oh, there's Dungeon.
Yeah.
I thought you were taking Dungeon.
No. I'm playing video games. I'm playing Shadow Hearts right now. Remember that one?
Shadow Hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
All right. You sleep good, okay? Can I have a big hug and a big kiss? Big hug first. Love you. Big kiss now. Oh my gosh. You like attacked my face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already
All right. Sleep good. Love you. Okay. Let's see. Putting your library up sounds good to me, says Fanel. All right, cool. I'll try to remember to do that then. What is the longest game that it took you to beat? Well, there's two ways to interpret that question. One is, what's the longest time I've put into a game that I've beat? And what's the longest it took me to beat a game? Because you can put more time in than you need on a game and then beat it. I would say the game I've put the most time into that I can measure, that I know for sure what the number is, would be Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and that's 300 some hours. I want to say 320 maybe, and that's with all the DLC and stuff. But it's possible, and I'm not sure, but it's possible I've put more time into Neverwinter Nights, the original Neverwinter Nights, which I played on the stream last time. I'm sure I'll be playing it in the 24-hour live stream. I don't know that I'll get into it tonight, but that's a real-time with pause D&D RPG. Love it, love it. All right, let's see if I can... Oops. How about you? Do you have a same question, Darkwing or Rickster? What's the longest you've put into a game, or what's the longest you had to put into a game to beat it? Do you know? Come on, I'll just do this a little bit. There we go. Oh, these guys are boring. They're like just lizard-looking guys. So I'll turn into I guess this one. Oh yeah. I couldn't remember if these guys were immune. I knew they were immune to either magic or physical attacks, so I guess it's magic. Let's see. Well, let's do the grenade first. It's not a very powerful attack, but just to show you guys some of the kind of the animations and stuff. This game you can pick up on Amazon, I think, like with 30 bucks, including shipping, probably. Maybe 40. I mean, certainly comparable and less than you'd pay for a new AAA release. But I mean, if you're not somebody that cares about graphics and stuff, and you just kind of like the turn-based RPG experience, but want something that's still innovative and different that you've maybe not played before, man, I would highly recommend at least the first Shadow Hearts game. Alright, so she's got some white magic. Let's see, I rented the original Kingdom Hearts and the game was scratched, so I didn't get to beat it until I finally bought it a few months later. I really wanted to like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, maybe I should give him another try. Maybe it was just different from what I expected. I wasn't used to the idea that, like, the only enemies I would fight would be these black inky guys. There was just so many of those black shadow characters. I was like, really? Is this all I'm gonna fight the whole game? And I put a few hours into the game, I think, and that those are the only bad guys I saw, and I couldn't get into it. I can't remember how I played it, if I was, like, bought it from a used place and returned it on their return policy, or what. Alright. Who is this? Oh, it's this, okay. Pulse. There we go. Alright, let's try one of our other weapons here. Oh, snipe is kind of cool. If I can pull it off. She's like this secret agent. And again, it's alternate history, you know. She's using weapons and technology that were not around before the First World War. Okay, tougher enemies later in the game. Alright. It wasn't that they weren't challenging enough, I think it was the variety that I wanted, but you know, I probably should give those games another try. They use so much of the Disney properties and stuff. Let me go somewhere else, see if I can find some more twisted-looking enemies. I did record recently some game footage of this with plans to do a video review of this game. And I made sure to capture some of the weird monsters in there, but let's see if I can find some here. Okay, these are a little weird. They're like these little... They've got like female torsos with little bug arms that go up over their head but then are connected. So they're not really arms. They're like a weird arm hoop. And they got little like cockroach-looking bodies and... You know. And this would be among the more tame, I would say, creature designs. Let's try this one. Oh crap! No, I think these are the ones that are better off doing physical attacks. Let me try. Yeah, these ones I do 0 damage if I do special attacks on them. So. Let's try this one. This is kind of cool. Oh no, physical. Never mind. What am I thinking? Physical attacks. Okay, so she just beats him with her holy book. And here's an example of just kind of like the relative nature of supernatural beliefs. This game is full of that. Her weapon type is these books, these holy books. and she cycles through 1,000,000 of them, only one of which is the Bible. And I think all the others are like fictional holy books, you know, like Book of the Stars or whatever. Maybe they're dug up from some, you know, religion or culture somewhere, but yet she has a lot of the trappings, I would say, over the course of the game of like Catholicism, whatever. It seems like, you know, that they go to Catholicism a lot for the trappings, but they don't really seem to borrow the theology of, you know, of Catholicism or Christianity as a whole. They just got a nice wardrobe, I guess. It's a movie I saw a while back. I used to have it on DVD, I don't know what happened to it, called Bless the Child. Not a really well-known movie, but turns out that the guy who directed it, or maybe even who wrote it too, was a Protestant. He was a Christian. And the movie definitely has a lot of stuff going. It's a supernatural thriller. And it's, you know, not a Christian movie, but it's made by a Christian, you know, and his faith, you can see the influence of his faith in the directing, and I think in the writing too. And he kind of comments that, you know, people ask him, you know, why do you use all these Catholic characters, Catholic motifs and stuff like that? You're a Protestant, you know, why would you go that route? And, you know, and he said something to the effect of like, you know, nobody ever, you just don't sense the spiritual authority visually from some guy in like a sweater or just like a short sleeve button-up shirt like you do from somebody wearing black with a collar, you know. And there's some truth to that, you know, that even though the substance of spiritual authority and or I should say spiritual maturity maybe would be a better way to look at that, you know, it can't be measured by wardrobe, but there is, you know, when you're working in a visual medium, you need those kind of shortcuts to give people certain feelings, and visuals and wardrobes, that's one way to do that, kind of give people a sense of something. So I can see why they tap into Catholicism, but it would be interesting to see a supernatural thriller type story where they weren't, you know, The Exorcist was not done by someone from a Catholic background, but someone from maybe like a Baptist background or like a freaking Presbyterian background. That would be interesting. You know, and I'm not beholden or particularly, you know, extra supportive of Baptists or Presbyterians, but I think Presbyterian specifically is like an underutilized denomination when it comes to representation of Christianity in movies. All right. What am I doing here? Oh, just standard attacks, right? Isn't that what I said I need to do on these guys? Standard attacks, Paeter. Knock it off. Come on, think. Ah! Oh, Rickster, you've seen that. You've seen Bless the Child. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. I kind of wished I still had it. I don't know what happened to it. You know another one that's interesting? Oh, what is that one called? Frailty. Frailty. Now that one, it might leave you feeling uncomfortable, but it's very interesting. It's about a man who believes that he was sent by God to kill demons on the earth that are masquerading as humans, and he raises his young boys to help him in that task. And I won't say anything else. It's got Matthew McConaughey and the guy who said, "Game over, man, game over," from the Aliens movie. He directs that movie and he stars as the dad. He's actually, that guy does a lot more directing now. I just can't remember his name, but that's a really thought-provoking, interesting, intense movie. That one I still do have on DVD. Not very well known, and is unsettling in the way it challenges you to look at the movie, look at what they're... Yeah, I won't say anything more. But Frailty. You might want to check that one out. Rated R, I think, just for violence and gore. There's no, like, you know, nudity or sexual situation type stuff that I recall. Alright, still fighting these dumb guys. Sorry, I keep yakking, and I'm supposed to be playing video games. I've determined, I think, that during the marathon, I'm not going to be talking this much. Like, I'm not even giving, allowing for the option of people to sign up for shifts that would potentially cover the entire 24 hours. Just because I need my alone time enough that I was like, I don't think I could do 24 hours of video game live streaming where I'm also with somebody the whole time. I think I would need some breaks, and so I'm kind of alternating 2 hours with somebody, 2 hours alone, 2 hours with somebody, 2 hours alone, and hoping especially to get people sitting next to me in the wee hours of the morning to help keep me awake. But I think there'll probably be significant stretches where I'm just not talking, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe you can give me your opinions if you've watched other live streams before, Let's Play type stuff. If you kind of want conversation to keep going, or if it doesn't matter to you, or what. When people are coming and taking shifts with me, they're going to help me with the conversation and help keep the conversation going. If nothing else, just look up interesting factoids about the video games I'm playing and, share those to help stimulate conversation. But I will not be able to keep talking. I mean, even physically, I won't be able to keep talking for 24 hours, but just kind of like, I think in terms of my social energy, I won't be able to keep talking for 24 hours straight. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we got more weird creatures. Alright, I'm just gonna bust out a crazy awesome fusion. This is the most powerful fusion in the game. It's a naked Yuri who is noticeably missing some things. Alright, let's see if I can pull this off. This is a tough one to pull off. Oof! Got it! Alright. I think I'm done with this one. Oh, I do want to test out the PS4. First fight, I'll do a little bit of Shin Megami Tensei, just a little bit. But I do have a couple games that I'm playing on PS4 just to kind of tide me over until Dragon Age Inquisition comes out in November. And I want to test to make sure that I don't have any problems hooking up the PS4 to my software here. But first, let's do just a little bit of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. It's funny, that is really a mouthful to say. This was the first Shin Megami Tensei game to come out on the PS2, and I think it was kind of like a significant stepping stone for the franchise and its success in America. I think there was one Persona game that came out, and there's the Persona series and the Shin Megami Tensei series. They're based in the same kind of universe of these books that are published in Japan. But they approach presenting that world a little differently from what I understand. But these games are usually about the world ending in some catastrophic way, and then there's this post-apocalyptic environment that is not like the way a post-apocalyptic environment would be created in a Western movie, like, the Terminator movies, It's like everyone's dead, except for these creatures called demons, basically. With rare exceptions. And this game was rated M. If you just do a Google search and see the cover of the case for the PS2 game, it's all red and has this weird pentagram looking symbol on it, and you know, it just looks like everything your Sunday school teacher warned you about. But the actual content of the game is really nothing. It's not what you'd expect, you know. There's no like crazy underground cults gutting each other and eating their own flesh. That, you have to listen to my audio dramas to get that. All right. What's unusual about these games is that they don't translate that title. You know, they translate so many things in the dialogue, but they don't translate that title, which is nuts to me. Or a bunch of other things. Like if you look at, let me see here, like Magatama. I'm sure that means something in Japan. And they're these little, basically these life forms, these tiny microscopic life forms that you ingest, and then they allow you to kind of level up. Kind of like in some of the Final Fantasy games where you would equip like an Esper or some kind of gem or something, and you would start learning spells themed on that gem. You know, like a fire gem. You would start learning fire spells as long as you have that thing equipped. Well, it's the same thing, except you're just ingesting these little microbial life forms. You look at all these, you know, names of places and stuff, and it's just weird. Power is everything. You need to be able to handle everything on your own. Remember that. Lots of what this game is partially known for is the different philosophies represented in it, specifically between order and chaos and survival of the fittest versus, I guess, just peace and whatever else. I don't know. I can't remember what my quest objective is right now. I'll just go around until I find some enemies. Looks like I'm about to run into one. And the only guy that you have in the game that's like a character, really, is just this main guy that you name. The rest of the characters in your party are all monsters that you recruit as you play through the game. And you can get these monsters and then fuse them with other monsters to create new monsters or more powerful versions of what they already are, you know. And probably one reason for the M rating is they choose to call these monsters demons, you know, which demons from a, you know, Japanese historical, you know, cultural perspective are very different from biblical demons. And so, you know, they might as well just call them, they could have easily just translated them monsters, because they're not at all like biblical demons, you know, they're just more like these kind of fantasy monsters. By comparison. But anyway, alright, so the first thing you do in this game, you know, in a lot of Final Fantasy games or other similar turn-based RPGs,